Okay. Okay, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evenings. You guys are based on different locations. Okay, so let me first introduce myself. I believe that inshallah this training will be a very good training for all of you guys, and you will learn a lot today to help your businesses move in the right directions. And tomorrow we will have more additional training on digitalization stuff. So let me introduce first myself. My name is Sayyid Naveed Hussain. I am from Pakistan. I'm an industrial engineer by profession. I am also executive MBA in marketing and finance. I have 16 years of experience in plant operations management, lead multiple businesses for startups and lean manufacturing, work in the big multinational like Procter & Gamble, Honda, Mondelez, and Orbicon Investment Groups in 6 different countries like UK, Nigeria, Morocco, Egypt, Saudi Arabia. I have been engaged in the business excellence program since last 12 years. Implemented integrated work system for P&G, ILCSS for Mondelez, WCOM, Orbicon Manufacturing Excellence programs. I have been leading the WCOM program since last 4 years as a head, and managing digital transformation since last 2 years as well. So this is brief about me as experience is of our manufacturing excellence program is plan to serve pillar. This is a pillar which is related to our supply chain, mainly the planning department or supply chain department in our businesses. They drive this pillar. Okay. The main purpose of this pillar is basically that because this pillar understand and own end-to-end business in terms of getting material from the supplier and ordering production to produce the right output according to a plan, and then shipping the right product to the customer, and they knows what customer is looking for, and so they are the people who are basically understand the whole business. So that's why this pillar owns the overall customer service. Okay, this means that it focus on improving the customer service, and it fulfill the customer demand and optimize the cost, because in this pillar we talk about buying the materials and making production plan, which should be highly optimized production plan to make sure that we are not having organization losses, we are not having unnecessary setups, we are utilizing our efficiencies or our capacities efficiently. So this pillar is the one who basically owns everything. So it owns rough cut capacity planning, all the stuff which is linked to the business in terms of end-to-end. So the most important thing which I want to tell you in this as a very critical concept is that every business, you know that most of the business I would say is that they have the working capital constraint. So they don't have a lot of money, and they also have a lot of money blocked up in terms of inventory and stuff as a cash. And every other business also have some capacity constraint. Okay, but we always have to make sure that we improve our service level in terms of delivering to our customers on time with the right quality, okay, and with the right cost. So that's why you also need to make sure that whatever we are producing, we are always producing with the lowest production cost in terms of manufacturing and distribution cost. So this pillar is a pillar who understand all this customer and also manufacturing and the supplier and they understand the capacity limitation, and that pillar has to create the right balance in the supply chain to make sure that we develop a right process of planning to make sure that we always improving the service level, we always reducing the cost, and we always making sure that our capacity constraints are not the showstoppers, and we are optimizing them, utilizing them in the proper way. And our working capital constraints are also managed in a way that we buy the priority materials. We don't make up the inventory for the non-value adding materials. So there is a lot this pillar do in terms of making sure that you have the right balance in the organization. So the last methodology which pillar focus on is the inventory reduction, because inventory is one of the extremely important element in any business in terms of the raw material and finished material, and a lot of money of business is always stuck up in the inventories. Then on time improvement and in full improvement, which means that we have to deliver to the customer. The customer service level improvement means that the customer always need us to deliver on time, and they always want us to deliver full quantities, okay, as per whatever they are looking for. And then the last thing is the demand management of the customer, that we whatever customer is demanding, and how we are making sure that we have the sufficient capacities, and we are making sure that we have the right balance in the organization. So then the department methodology help us there. So basically the teams who could be part of this pillar is the planning, logistic, production, and the sales people are the member of this pillar. This pillar, like all other pillars, also has 6 steps. Okay, like all other pillars, this first step on this pillar is again about defining your current situation in terms of your KPIs, in terms of your planning boundaries. Mean that how you are doing basic, what is your process in terms of from supplier till the customer. So you define your planning boundaries, you define your key customers in terms of stakeholders, and you develop your frame of how you're planning the business. Basically, you map the planning process if you have not planned it. So you map the planning process, then you define your KPIs, whatever you are looking for in terms of, again, going back to the same point, that what are your key objectives as a overall business in terms of compelling business need? What are the key objectives coming down in terms of volume, in terms of deliveries? So this KPI, this pillar mainly on the delivery and the volume factors. So you define your KPIs, and then you assess your current situations and your targets. And second step, then you go and start attacking planning and customer service losses, which means that if in case you find out your planning process is not the right way, then you planning process that whatever
Navid, you are having connection problem again.
We don't have a right. Again?
Yes.
Okay, just a minute. Can you hear me, or I just...
maybe maybe go down with the video and just screen share. Maybe it will help.
Now you can hear me well?
I think so. And now you are freezing on your screen. And now
can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you well. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Okay.
Let me start sharing again, sorry. Okay, can you hear me well? It's okay?
Yes.
Okay. So in that, in the step 2, basically we start talking about that, okay, whatever is our planning process in terms of end-to-end from supplier to the customer, do we have any challenge in terms of the way we are executing our activities in terms of, for example, ordering to the suppliers? What is our process in terms of scheduling, production scheduling, in terms of forecast, in terms of defining the forecast from the customer? So we look at all process, and in case if you find any opportunity, we restore our planning process. That maybe we define a process, but people are not following the process. So you attack the losses in terms of restoring your planning process to the perfect condition. Then in case if you are still, sorry, just a minute. Sorry, just a minute. So in case if you still find out the problem over there and you need to launch a team to define a better process, then you launch a team over there as well. And then you develop a mechanism of auditing and stuff like this. Now the most important point in this pillar is the step number 3, which basically covers everything from supplier to the customer in terms of you install a sales and operation planning process as a part of a performance control system. So in this, basically what you do is basically that your sales is giving you some forecast, and you have operations having some capacities. So you need to create a right balance, that how we make sure that whatever we are getting as a forecast of business targets, do we really have the right capacities? So you create right balance by defining a process. We follow 4 steps process in which for the next month, for example. Can you hear me?
Yeah, unfortunately, you started to have problems again. Can you please, like your video with your face, maybe try to stop the video and only screen share the presentation?
Let me
maybe
stop
it
the
will
video.
help. Yes, we do see the presentation now.
It's okay? Can you hear me well now?
Yes, it's better. Yes.
Okay. So in the step number 3, as I explained, that this is the most important step for this pillar, because this focus for end to end in terms of whatever we are getting as our forecast from the sales coming from the analysis from our forecast accuracies and stuff, and what as an operation we can produce. So we use 4-step process in this SNOP, sales and operation planning process, that we said that okay, a month before, which means that if for the next month I need to develop a good plan to make sure that whatever the sales is giving me as a target to deliver, how I make sure that I deliver 100% of whatever they are giving me the target. So what you do is that you get a demand planning meeting with the sales in the start of first week of the last month, to ask them to give you a forecast which they are assuming that they want to deliver next month. Then you go into the next week, which is the second week, to do the material planning process, because the most important thing in this pillar is that you need to order some materials to the supplier. So you need to make sure that whatever the forecast you are getting from the sales, you really have the materials in your stock, or you need to order some material to make sure that when we get to the next month, you have the materials availability and you can plan everything as you want to. Once you do this assessment, then you go to the next phase, which is called preparation for the next month targets. Because then you evaluate that if you have the material and you know what you want to produce, you evaluate your machines and efficiencies, your labor's availability in terms of capacity constraints, and then you develop a proper comprehensive plan to make sure that whatever you make a plan, you deliver it the way you want. Rather, you are just having that daily plan, sales is coming and giving you some order and you don't know when exactly you will deliver. So extremely important you build such mechanism to make sure that there is a process in place which makes sure that we know what our customer is looking for in terms of sale forecast, and how we're making sure as operations we are ready to deliver the expectation. Then step 4, we go deep into the understand that if we have any kind of complexity in our process by SKUs we are managing, means that some businesses have different like 20, 50, 500, 600 different kind of products they are making. For the packaging industry, they produce 200, 300 different kind of products on monthly basis. So this pillar also helps you to work on this thing to improve the complexity of your SKUs you are managing. For example, we might be ordering different kind of materials for different kind of products. Why not we can, for example, understand that we can order one material, we can work for different SKUs. So it's a complete exercise to evaluate and understand that why I am having a different kind of SKUs and what can I do to eliminate the complexities to help me do a better planning. Because the purpose is to reduce the SKUs, you want to make sure that you can plan everything more timely, more accurately, and manage every kind of product which customers are looking for. Then in the step 5, you focus more deep into understanding your customer agreements and the service level with your customer, which means that what is your customer is exactly looking for. For example, they are looking for better lead time, they are looking for better cost. So do you start understanding at what is our basically where are we standing against what they are looking for, and how can we look at our business situation that maybe that we need to improve our efficiencies further or we need to increase our capacity by adding additional machines. So it's very important that we understand the customer requirement and we keep looking at the future to evaluate our situation and take decisions accordingly to make sure that we serve to our customer, to make sure that our customer is satisfied with with us in terms of our deliveries and cost at which we are serving them. Okay, so that help us in this step. We talk about that thing. Then the advanced step, the step 6, basically we start talking about that. Okay, let's engage our suppliers and customers with us in understanding that what is our challenges, what are their challenges, to build a collaboration strategy to work together, so that because they need to understand our challenges, maybe we can discuss with them, we may come up with a better idea to manage our supply chain in terms of maybe the customer can help us. For example, if we start telling our customer that whatever the inventories we are managing, so he can have the visibility in our inventory, he can help us to give a better forecast. Same thing that, for example, if we know that what we are planning in next 2-3 months, we give this visibility to our supplier so that they can understand that what kind of materials, raw materials they should focus in terms of production, so they can help us reduce our lead times. So that is something basically this is the point where we start talking about end-to-end synchronization, which I will be basically talking a little more detail in the next slides. So again, one example of inventory route that in this, sorry, I don't know why it is missing. Just a minute. So again, going back to the point number 1, that you understand the current situation of the means that you evaluate your current inventories, that what are your current inventory, and you set your target that I want to reduce inventory because this is causing me high cost of business to maintain these inventories. Then in the second step, you evaluate that, which is because it's a restoration process, that you evaluate that what is our current process. In case if you you don't have a process, in the first step you define the process. So you evaluate your current process of material ordering for raw material ordering, and then you understand that why we order some inventory which are higher than our targets, or we are maintaining some inventory on the higher level. Maybe we in our process we are not adhering to the process of our lead times, or maybe our supplier is committing 2 months but he is giving us delivery in 3 months, or maybe the management is sometimes taking a decision because they are finding cheaper materials, so they are maintaining the higher inventory, they are buying some material in more advance. So you basically evaluate the problem in your current process and try to understand the reason behind, and then try to restore the process and give the training to the people to make sure that they follow the process. And then also you make sure that in case if you have any challenge with your warehouse in terms of maintaining the material properly, like for example, they are not following the first in first out FIFO principle, that might be causing you to have some excess inventory, the wrong inventory or obsolete inventories basically. Then in like all other pillar, you set up a system of recording the anomaly, which means that you start evaluating every single order you are placing and see that are we really following the process. In case you're not following, you record it, and then you keep training the people to follow the process. And then all the anomalies, once you identify, you do make a Pareto and then analyze all the anomalies and find out the reason behind why we are not following the process, or why we are ordering some inventories not following the process which is defined. And then once you implement this thing, principally you should have much better situation. But if you still have some losses, for example, and you are still maintaining the higher inventory, then you go to the step number 5, which is talking about reducing the complexities of batches and talking about the safety stock. So maybe you need to work here to understand that whatever the safety stock you are defining for your materials, maybe you are maintaining the higher inventory, and you talk to the supplier, he can help you to reduce the safety stock by if you start having orders in a different way, small batches, or for example, because sometimes supplier always prefer to deliver your material in by clubbing different orders, which help him to save some delivery costs. So you need to evaluate the reason for why you are for example, if you are ordering materials in big batches, why cannot make the small batches, how the logistic all will impact. why we are maintaining safety stock to this level. So you need to evaluate this, and then again you will go to the same principle of once you do that, then you go to and do the same thing again and again to make sure that you are optimizing your inventory all the time. So